Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me, it's the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you are not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and continued support. I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have my weekly wrap up. This is from December 11th through December 17th and all my reading shenanigans in between. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so I have yet to complete this. I have yet to complete Valor by John Gwynee. I'm still plugging my way through it. I'm still having a really, really good time with it, but it is a lot. It is definitely an endeavor. It's definitely something that you have to sit down and you have to pay attention to because there are so many moving pieces. This is a multi-POV book, directly picks up for where the end of Malice hits off, and it is a roller coaster of a ride. There is so much stuff going on. There has been deaths of big characters from Malice, and they're gone now, and I'm like, what? Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? A lot of crossovers are happening with people that I didn't see having been crossed over. We're getting introduced to new characters in this that have big roles to play. So it's definitely... It is an endeavor. It is a time commitment, but I'm still having a really good time with it. But I am slowly putting it down every once in a while so I can actually get some of my other books read, because I would like to read something other than just this month. So there you go. But I'm still making my way through it. I'm about 300 pages through it now. So I'm a little under the halfway mark, which is nice. The next book I have to talk about, I did complete, and this is Zayne by Steele, and it looks like this. I picked this up for the ABC challenge. I need a book that started with Z, and I found this one on Audible, so I picked it up, and this is the first installment to the Polizzi Crime Family series. It was an audiobook done by Michael Mola. It's Mafia romance, and we have a forced proximity trope, bodyguard romance, and a surprise baby. We do have triggers for graphic gang violence and some graphic sexual content. So summary of this book, we follow Mariana and Zayne. Mariana's mother has passed away, leaving her with her stepfather and her stepbrother, and Mariana is celebrating her birthday and meets Zayne, and they attempt to kind of have a hookup, but Zayne finds out that she's a virgin, and he's like, No, I don't do virgins. So he sends her off on her merry little way. She's pissed off, she's embarrassed, whole 9 yards. But when she comes home, she encounters her stepbrother in her room, and he says, "You are legal now, fuck this shit, you're mine." And he tries to assault her and is interrupted by his father. And then that's when our story really kicks off, because Mariana's stepfather has hired the Polizzi family to protect her from her own stepbrother, and lo and behold, her protector is the man who turned her down the night before, Zayne. So that's where our story really, really sets off, and then it goes into a series of, well, I gave this 2.5 stars. Let's just go with that. I didn't have the best time with this, because it goes into a series of really good things and really bad things. What worked in this, the plot line, the original storyline of girl needs to be protected, and the guy who's protecting her happens to be a guy that turned her down, because her stepbrother's out to get her. Like, that storyline worked for me. I was completely cool with the base concept of this. I thought it was great. And then, we end up having an HEA and falling in love. The plot line was fantastic. There was another good point that the heroine gets to kind of do some of her own little revenge seeking, and you kind of see her be sort of a bit of a badass. So I really enjoyed that. But there was a lot more in this book that didn't work. Like, when I was sitting down trying to figure out what worked and what didn't work in this book, that's literally all I got, was what worked, was the plot line and the heroine's kind of revenge seeking at the end. That was it. I tried. I really did. But while listening to this book, I was thinking it was cheesy. It was forced. A lot of stuff that I didn't feel worked in this book. The audiobook was definitely a miss for me. It was a hard no. The narrator did his best, I believe, in changing the voices, but the voice he gave Mariana couldn't get over it, couldn't deal with it. His delivery of some of the lines felt very, very forced. It didn't feel... Audiobooks don't necessarily have to feel natural to begin with because it is somebody legitimately reading a book, but it felt like he was just reading a book. It didn't feel like he was getting into the character of the book. If that makes any sense. It just did not work for me. The audiobook was not hitting for me, and it was really depressing because I like male narrators. I tend to like them more than female narrators. And I just couldn't get past this one. His delivery of lines, his tone, it was a hard no for me. Wasn't a fan. I feel like I might have enjoyed this book a little bit more had I physically read it. So on Goodreads, I did give it a 3-star because they don't have half ratings. But I personally give it 2.5 because this book had a lot of high ratings to begin with. And a lot of those reviews made really valid points that I feel like had I physically read the book, I would have maybe appreciated more. But because I received those pieces of information delivered the way they were, it completely soured it for me. So I definitely, if you pick this up, physically read it. I would not recommend the audiobook on this one. So another thing that didn't really work in this book was there was a lot of time progressions, a lot of like time jumps with little to like zero idea of what occurred in them except for we know some romance moments was built. And what I mean by that is we understand there was a time jump, but we don't really have any description of any events during it. We just know 4 months later, but it's not even 4 months, it's not even stated 4 months later. It's just kind of casually dropped in there that we're like, oh, so this is not the next day? This is 4 months. What just happened in the last 4 months to make you feel like this? We're not really getting any moments for this romance to develop. It just starts to develop. But it's not insta-lust because we know time has passed. But it fucking feels like it because we aren't given anything really concrete to like zone in on. We don't have little bitty conversations or little nuances. We have a few dinners here and there. But other than that, no playful banter, no like they're living together in this forced proximity, no bumping into each other. You know, she's wearing some short shorts and some, kind of see-through lingerie, but okay, like you don't get any banter, any like abrupt like dropping of things because she just bent over in front of you. Like we get none of those ideas and those moments for us to latch in on, to focus in on, to hone in on that says things are developing. All we get is the kind of the internal dialogue that is happening. And that's where you kind of sort of get this, but you don't actually get the main story. You get the internal dialogue of them talking about what's sort of past. And it feels really forced. It feels overdone. It's because we don't have the meat of the story part of these moments. It's overcompensating the inner dialogue. And so the inner dialogue is just like, are you done thinking? Like you just spent 20 minutes thinking about what the fuck to say. Are you going to say it now? Oh, no, you're not. Nope, we're not going to say exactly what you just fucking said. If you would have said when you fucking said that to her, then maybe I'd have a moment to like latch on to. It was just so, the inner monologues were so overdone and the actual meat of the story was not enough. It should have been like flipped almost. And I think it would have balanced it out a little bit more. I felt that was a major hit to it. And that really sucks because I like the internal dialogues. I like having the other half. So you'd think I would appreciate this, but because I didn't have anything on the other side for these internal dialogues to really be focusing in on, to tie everything back together, you're just thinking out your ass. Like, I got nothing. What are you thinking about? What moment in the last 4 months caused you to start looking at her like this? Or vice versa, what did he do to cause you, Mariana, to start thinking that, oh, maybe he's not a gigantic jerk? You know, I don't have anything to match up this inner dialogue. I'm missing pieces because you put so much depth in the inner dialogue and not enough in the actual meat of the story. And I think that was a miss. I feel like that was a miss for this. There was a couple of moments where there were conversations that were brought up, and I'm thinking, okay, all right, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk. Okay, this is gonna be a moment. This is gonna be a bonding moment. This is gonna be a coming together moment. We're talking about having the conversation, but we never fucking have the conversation. And then time passes, and then we reflect back on a conversation that I'm not even fucking privy to, but I'm supposed to understand that you started developing feelings during it. But you're not even telling me why. And the moment I'm talking about is when Zayne kind of shuns her away and says, I don't do virgins. And he even says, eventually we're going to have to talk about this. We're going to have to talk about it. And you see him go into the room to talk about it, but you never fucking see the conversation. Why the fuck don't you do virgins? And why did things change now? Like, she's still a fucking virgin, dude. Still a virgin. What changed? What changed? Give me something. Give me something. Give me something tangible, not theoretical. It was a miss. Lacking description in the actual story. All of the description is in that inner monologue. I don't get a lot of description. I get a lot of action in the story. This is very action-packed, especially with the gang violence and the shootings and everything. Like, we get a lot of action sequences, but we don't get a lot of description in those action sequences. It is this. Moving on. Well, what the fuck, man? Where's the detail? Where's the description? Where's the building? Where's the world building in this? Where is it? You were in your childhood fucking home. What does it fucking look like? What does it look like? She is sleeping in the room that your mother was in. Describe it. You're having sex for the first time with her in the bed that you were fucking conceived in. Like, give me something. Show me this world that you have brought her into, that she's literally confined into. She's like literally a prisoner. For her own safety, she's a prisoner. And you're not going to give me anything of her captivity? Except that nothing. I couldn't tell you what happened in the story because nothing fucking happens in this story. And what does happen in the story, it's bam, 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 and it's done. And you're like, the what? No, give me something. Give me some juicy, give me the tea. I want the tea. I want it, and I didn't get it. The last thing that kind of bothered me was the cliche action lines. Very reminiscent of like 90s action movies. Yeah, wasn't a fan of those. Mafia lingo, very much ripped off of like The Godfather, The Irishman, you know, Black Mass, like very, very cliche mafia lingo. Zayne, oftentimes when he was talking to his dad, it would be father, son. Okay, the relationship that you're sort of developing, they are not this fucking formal. All right? Not. You cannot have him be like that and be that formal at the same time. Like, you don't... No. I wasn't buying it. It felt very forced. It felt trying to be something that it wasn't. Like the author was trying to force his characters into being something that they weren't. But the thing is, with his characters, I wanted to really like Zayne. And I really wanted to like Mariana. But at the same time, I felt like the author was trying to write them to appease people. Don't fucking try to appease me. Tell the fucking story. Don't try to make me happy. Tell the story the way it's supposed to be told. It didn't feel like he was telling the story the way it was supposed to be told. It felt like he was with Mariana when she she makes a mistake and she makes a phone call to call her friend, and the guy that is tracking her down finds out because he's hunting down her friend and finds her. All of a sudden, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was going to happen. It'll never happen again. And it never fucking does. Your whole world just got fucking rocked, and you're going to sit here and be like, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. Like, the most dramatic thing is that we get a description that she's like kind of fading away because she's not really eating and she's sleeping a lot. She's very depressed. Like, that stuff I appreciated because that's giving me something into her mental state. But that doesn't match up with the way that she's fucking responding to shit. It doesn't mesh. Like, their words were trying to be too formal and too accepting and too open and too, like, he's my world. I would do anything for him. Bitch, you don't fucking know him. Like, it just bothered me. Everything felt so forced, and I don't think it had to be. Because this was a really good plot line and a really good startup, and there was some good action in this, and it did keep you on your seat because of the action and moved quickly. There wasn't a lot of downtime in this. But it also lacked a lot of what makes those dramatic moments so dramatic, because it didn't have the description to go with it. It was just, I'm assuming, I feel like I'm supposed to be in shock by this because this is a shocking revelation, but I have no description and no background really to fucking go with it. So it's just, this happened. Moving on. Like, I wasn't invested. I was not invested in this at all because I got nothing worth investing in. We do have a spice rating in this. It is 2 chili peppers. There is some graphic language, and the sexual content is very vanilla in style. It's also very mechanical. There was not a lot of nuance, smoothness, lacking sex appeal. These sex scenes left me wanting, and not wanting in a good way. It left me wanting to not experience it again. So, yeah. It was this was kind of a miss for me, and that was really depressing. But I do think I'm going to give this author one more chance, but I'm going to physically read the next installment. I'm going to try it because I had a bad experience with another series on the first book, and it was an audiobook. And when I read the second book, I enjoyed it much more. So I'm going to try to do that again, and I'm going to try to give the second installment a shot some point in time soon. I just don't know when. And the last book that I started but I have not completed, yeah, I am failing at this month because of the TBR. That was Haven by Rebekah Weatherspoon. This is the Smut Club book of the month for December, and this thing, whoo, this is hot, and I'm only this far into it. Holy shit. This is gonna be good. I can already feel it. This thing hit the ground fucking running in a sexy and action-packed way, and I want to know more. I could have sat down and read this thing in one fucking sitting if I didn't have to go and, be an adult. So, yeah, I'm super excited to continue on with this. I plan on finishing this probably tonight, and I hope to have gushing opinions about it. So, yes, very excited about that. And the last book I've been working on, again, is Second Chances by Erin Gresham. We are going to be actually going through the first part of the first half of the second part here really, really soon. The first half is still at the editors, so I haven't heard back on, I haven't talked to her yet about what they're saying and how they're feeling about it. So I'm excited about that, to find out that. But yes, that is all I've got for you guys this week. Pretty short, pretty sweet, but it's the holidays. And honestly, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, if I don't get my TBR read for the month of December, I'm not gonna be upset, because so far everything I'm reading I'm enjoying, except for that Zayne book. So far that's the only miss for me. But I've got another audiobook on standby, and I think I'm gonna really have a good time with it. And yep, I will see you guys all soon with another video.